to my video. I'm Sewrella, and the last video I talked about my sweater, the sweater I knitted in 2023, and in this video I will be showing you the shawls, the scarves, and some other cowls and some other accessory that I knitted in 2023 as well, because I like what I told in last video. I was not sure. This is my first time filming, so I'm not so sure about how long the video will turn out, and I think it's already like half an hour for the sweater, so I'm dividing the video into 2 parts. Yeah, so then keep on going. I hope you liked how I share them or introduced my finished sweater. So yeah, please comment if you like the way I did, or like any suggestion, or what you want to see in the future. Yeah, please comment below. Okay, so let's start with something small. This is Sophie's yarn by Petite knits, and it's actually like small scarf that I made from some scrap yarn that I crocheted. When I crocheted a blanket, I have some scrap yarn, and then I use them. Yeah, I used them up. Try to use up my scrap yarns and made this Sophie scarf. I think Sophie scarf is really a good pattern when you want to like stash bust. Yeah, because it's so small, it doesn't require a lot of yardage, so you can just knit it up, and you can modify the length and like the width of it. For example, if you have less yarn, you can knit a shorter version, or if you have more yarns, you can just keep on going and make a bigger version of it. So I think this is really a versatile yarn. And you can see I really love this kind of pink and light blue kind of yarn. Yeah, and you can see there are some yellow speckle. That is so beautiful. I love it. And I think this yarn is also from Expression Fiber Art. I forgot the name. Yeah, it's from Expression Fiber Art, and the colorway is Lavender Tea in worsted weight yarn. I forget specifically what kind of worsted from them, but it's a worsted weight. And it's so cute, like you see people on Instagram, they will like roll it into small croissant. Small croissant. So cute. Cute. I can put it here. Next one is Black Elephant shawl. Yes, it's an advent shawl pattern by Unwind knitwear. So you see here, because I've used it a few weeks ago and then I wrap it like randomly, so it's a bit wrinky, not the best form. But anyways, you see this is advent shawl. Its pattern is designed for advent minis. So you start it from here with a triangle and then go down to the blue section, and then later on you divide it to 2 separate parts and knit it 2 sides like that. Okay, so the advent is 2022 advent from Skein and Stitches. Yep, I think her is hand-dyed yarn, and her yarns are really like, her colorways is so beautiful. I love them. So I think the theme for that year was Georgian era. I'm a little bit unsure, but it's something like that. So yeah, I also like the historical like colors or fashion. So this is like super beautiful. It turned out so beautiful. You can see the fade. So beautiful. And I think these color really suit me, like when I was wearing it for like a scarf or so. It really like brightened up my skin, like give a good complexion. You can see that. And it's really warm as well. It's a superwash merino wool. So let's go into some cowls. This cowl is called 5 Shades of Awesome. I bought this yarn kit and pattern during a yarn and craft festival here where I live, and it's like a 5 mini skein kit, and it's so beautiful. The color is like a love at first sight. I cannot resist this kind of pastel colors, and like the pinkish, the teal, the gray. You see, the fade is just gorgeous. This yarn is from Manos del Uruguay Yarns, and yeah, the yarn is from them, and the pattern is by Stina-Maria, a Swedish pattern designer and a yarn shop owner as well. So Stina-Maria is designed this cowl. So when she have a lot of design you can choose from, not only cowls, there are also some small shawls and others you can choose from, and like mitten pattern as well. So since I have so many shawls, later you will see a lot of shawls, and you can also check on my Instagram. I have posted some shawls I made before 2023. So I have a whole collection of yarn, the whole collection of shawls, and I was thinking I don't need another shawl actually. So I tried cowl, a pattern for cowl, and think maybe that's something new for me, something different. So I tried it and I actually really like it, because at least here when it's cold, it's like you really need a scarf, and scarf is like sometimes it's long and it hang here and there, so you cannot, yeah, it's not that smooth and tidy. So when wearing a cowl you can just put it on and that's it. So you just put it on and that's it. You have something around your neck. I think that's the reason why cowl is so popular in like northern part of the earth, the globe, because it's really comfortable and easy to wear. So that's for cowl, for this 5 Shade of Awesome. I believe you can find this pattern on Stina-Maria's website, and she has a yarn kit. There are a lot of other colors as well, so that's for it. And secondly, this is also a cowl. You can see it's a shorter cowl, it's a smaller cowl, and the pattern is a Leftover City by Kacey Herlihy. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but it's by Kacey, and it's really interesting pattern because you get to do some stripes and you also do some color work. You see, it's more obvious in the middle. You do some like small color works. I love that. It's like repeated, constantly changing color work. That is so nice. And so yeah, I got the yarn first as well. This yarn is from Loom wools. It's also a hand-dyed, indie hand-dyed yarn, and she has some monthly mini skein, like secret box mini skeins every month, and this is August or September yarn. I forgot. I think it's August yarn, August mini skein mystery box. I didn't subscribe to it, but when she revealed the colorways, it is so beautiful. You see, it is just gorgeous colors. Afterwards she opened up some dye to order, so I ordered it. It is so beautiful. I love this kind of mauvey brown and like purple. Yeah, it just my it is just my colors, I would say. So this one I wear it pretty often as well, like these two cowls, the 5 Shade of Awesome and then this Leftover City, both I wear them pretty often. And they're really fast to knit up because it's so small. And this required 5, I think not even 5-minute skein. I have some leftovers, but this is just really fast to knit up. They're really fun. Yeah. So this one is the Leftover City cawl. Or maybe I can show you how I wear it. So this as well, it's really nice to wear it like this. Next is another scarf or rounded scarf, infinite scarf. And here, I hope it fit into the whole frame. You can see. This is one side and this is the other side. So it's a 24 mini skein fade from Adventures in Yarncraft. So it's their 2023 advent and I knit it into a scarf. So, and it's in DK weight, just so you know. I haven't blocked it yet, so there are still some strands in the back, but anyways, I can show you how it looks like if I have it around my neck. So it's a 3 loops. I can create 3 loops with this. It's a pretty long scarf. Yeah, and you see the fade is just so gorgeous, just stunning, 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 stunning. And her theme for this year was Jane Eyre. Yeah, Jane Eyre. So I also have some historical colors, or like, yeah, more historically related colors. You know, I just can't resist historical fashion and that kind of colorways. Yeah, it's so beautiful, you see. And the pattern for this one is Mini Skein Infinite Scarf by Julianne Cole. So it is designed for advent minis. But she designed it in fingering weight. So I did some slightly modification with the gauge, like the calculation for the widths and so on, but mostly I didn't change so much. Like the pattern, like the motif itself, I didn't change much. I only changed like the stitches I casted on and how many rows I knitted. You can see like how many rows I knitted. It's a bit different, but basically the main concept is the same as the pattern. So yeah, and I also knitted a little bit longer so I can use up more yarns. Yeah, because why not? When you have advent minis, the main point is to showcase the fade, right? Or like showcase the mini skein, right? So it feels a bit, my personal feeling is that the more yarn you use, the better you feel. That you can really showcase the colorway. Yeah, the reason why I chose to knit a scarf instead of other project, I was planning to knit a sweater for this fade in the beginning. So that's the reason I bought it in DK weight, because a lot of sweaters are in DK weight. So I thought maybe DK weight is easier to fit sweaters. But I looked up, I scrolled up, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like I don't really wear that much of a colorful sweater. I wear like still like the plain or like basic sweater is more like a go-to. So I feel like I would rather use my advent on an accessory than a sweater, even though I still have like half my advent left, so maybe I will make a sweater out of it or so, but I'm not so sure. I was feeling more like towards knitting an accessory rather than a sweater, because I don't really wear sweater that has so many color going on. Yeah, it's beautiful. I know people also wear that and it's really beautiful, I know that, but my personal preference, I would still rather wear sweaters that is like in the same color, or like just two color works. Yeah, my personal preference. So yeah, I was scrolling, maybe I can make a cardigan out of this fade, because it's also a more like accessory style. You don't wear it all the time, so I was thinking maybe a cardigan, but I don't know, a lot of cardigan that I looked up is not, it doesn't fit my taste, or like the pattern structure is not the best for my body type. I prefer drop shoulder cardigans, but drop shoulder cardigans is a bit hard to knit in fade that is constantly changing. For example, like mini skein, like for a short yardage you need to change the color. Drop shoulder is not the best pattern for this kind of yarn, so I changed my mind and looked up for shawls or scarves, and I have so many shawls, so I thought I don't need another shawl. Therefore, I chose a scarf instead. That is something wearable and then practical and yet simple, and that showcase the color, because what the most important with Advent is to show the colors, right? So I want to have a simple pattern that really just have that hero the color, that have the color as the main character. So that's why I chose this scarf instead of knitting like a sweater or other complex shawls or so. But there are a lot of, like, this is just a personal preference, there are a lot of options you can do with Advent, so it's just up to people. And there are so many people that have made like bundles, they have collected all kinds of Advent bundles, they made videos about them and then like telling about the details, so you can also check up these people's YouTube, and it's, yeah, a good resource to do some research. And lastly about this, I just love this so much, so I talk so much about this. I have so many, it went through a lot of like mind process with this project, so I have a lot of ideas about this. I would like to lastly I would like to share my favorite color from this Advent fade, even though it's just a beautiful combination of everything. But I will pick some few favorite colors and talk about it. So let's start from day one. Day one is from here down and then up. This is 24. So day one is definitely one of my favorites. When I first opened up the day one, I was like, wow, I love it. This is definitely going to be good. So yeah, I love it. You see this purple mauve color with speckle, it's just gorgeous. And then the second one is also one of my favorite. I love this kind of pink and purple, love it. And yeah, this one I also like it, and just constantly going. This teal is so beautiful, and it's such a nice blend of variegated yarn, because some variegated, they're really like a lot of things going on in the color, and this fade is just, I don't know, it gives some like cooling, icy feeling with this teal, and I just love it. Yeah, these are so beautiful. And green are beautiful as well, and these three are really interesting. Like, I'm not a super much green or like earthy tone person or like yellow person, but it fitted so well in this fade, and I feel them I find them really interesting because you see this green with some brown in it, yet they have some blue speckles. That is really fun, popping up here and there. And then I love this one as well, that is also have some unexpected speckle in it, even though it's a brown. I love them. And this yellow is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, okay. Then it's coming to the mauve section. This one. See this? This is one of my favorites. I just love this kind of colors. So beautiful. See it? And this orange as well. Oh my god, this peach orange. And then this is definitely one of my favorite pinks. They were just gorgeous. And okay, and this like light fade is so nice and smooth, I would say. And this one, okay, this have a story now. This having a story. This is like really like variegated and a lot of happening. I like this kind of yarn, and it has some purple, a mauve, purple, blue, pink, anything, a lot of things going on. And I just, when I knitted this, I would say, like through knitting all of this one was definitely one of the most interesting colorway that I knit, because when you knit you can see all this color like popping up. It's so unexpected and it's so fun to knit it. So I really love this, and you see this blue and green, even green. So this is definitely my favorite out of the 24 colorways, I have to say. Personal preference, even though it's so beautiful all the way, but this one is my favorite. And I actually, because Laura from Adventures in Yarncraft, she opened up a pre-order for this, even though I think it's closed unfortunately right now. But during the pre-order period, I actually ordered a few skeins of this colorway in fingering weight. So what I was planning is to knit a sweater out of it. And you know, like I said, I like more plain or plain sweaters, but things happen. And so I was planning to knit this in this colorway into a sweater. I am not so sure which sweater yet. I have a few patterns in mind, like a more classic sweater in mind, but I haven't decided yet. And since it's so much going on in here, I love it, but for a sweater that will be a little bit too much. So what I'm doing is I would have a few like not mohair, but I will have this kind of alpaca yarn, like fluffy alpaca yarn, knitting together with this color. So I have a white alpaca yarn. Maybe I can just bring it. Okay, so I have bought it. I will use this. Is from Camaros. I think is Midnattssol. I will use this Camaros Midnattssol combining with the color I mentioned. This with this white. So it will like mute down a little bit of this colorway and give it like a more cohesive picture of it. So I will use this a bit fluffy yarn, mohair substitute, because I really cannot use mohair. I have a project in mohair and it's so itchy. It's more itchier than the rusty wool. So I really cannot use mohair. So I use this alpaca strand. I will use this alpaca strand with this colorway to knit a simple and classic sweater in the future. I still need to wait for the pre-order yarn to be done. Next one is another shawl. Another shawl. So this shawl is called Verdure shawl. Hope I pronounce it correctly, but I will put all the information in the description so you can check it out. But this pattern is designed by Isabelle from Fluffy Fiber. Isabelle from Fluffy Fiber. and it's a free pattern. If I remember correctly, it's a free pattern, and so that's really nice of her, and it's so beautiful with this motif. Anyway, we will go on to that later on. And anyways, this is a free pattern and only use 1 skein of fingering weight, so that's really nice because sometimes you want to buy a hand-dye yarn and you have no idea what to do with it, and you don't want to buy a lot because hand-dyed really if you have a budget, maybe you can only have 1 skein of hand-dyed, then it's really nice to knit like 1 skein shawl or something like that. So this used only 1 skein, but I didn't really check my gauge. I just knit it. So actually I ran out of yarn at the end. So I used some scrap yarn I have that is in similar color and knit up the last part, but it isn't really that obvious. So if I don't tell, I believe you guys wouldn't notice. Anyways, this is the shawl, and I am starting to be in love. In the beginning I liked triangle shawls, and later on I was in love with like crescent shape shawl. So this is a crescent shape shawl, which is really beautiful, and you see the motif here down is have a like a leaf motif down here. So you knit first the crescent shape like this, and then you pick up sleeves and bind off on the edge like this. Okay, that's how it was knitted. And yeah, it's just beautiful. Maybe if you're knitting in the more solid color, the motif would be more like pop out, but for me it's still like, I love it. The yarn is from Sewrella again, and it is some colorway called, their Downtown Abbey collection. I forgot the color. I will maybe add it on the video or on the description, but I think it's like a limited edition. So yeah, but it's so beautiful. You can see that I love this kind of purple pink tones. Yeah, that's for this. And speaking of that colorway, I actually bought one skein fingering and 1 skein Aran. So the Aran one, I made this hat. See this hat? I will put the pattern in the description because I forgot. It was a long time ago I did this, so I forgot the actual pattern. I apologize for that, but I will put it in description. And so this hat is now like my go-to sweater. I wear this every day when I'm going out, and it's the same like purple pink colorway. Yeah, and only use 1 skein of Aran as well. This is also a shawl, and this shawl is called the Bookish shawl by Jennifer Weissman, or yeah, Weissman, sorry, by Jennifer Weissman. And yeah, the yarn is knitted in a colorway called Poebe from Skein and Stitches. And since the original pattern is in worsted weight, but the yarn I have is in DK, so I did some slight modification with the calculation of the rows I knitted. So I knitted a few more rows than what the pattern wrote. I focused more on the width of the row, like the length of the row, rather than how many rows it actually wrote it in the pattern. But anyway, it turned out really good. And you see that I'm really like a lace knitter. So you see this pattern, this motif, it's really like, yeah, it's like, it's simple yet elegant. And the first time I saw this pattern, I was instantly like, I need to knit this in purple. So I had it in mind and I saw the yarn, and yeah, it just turned out to be this one. And so I'm really happy about this. And what I love about this shawl is that you can wrap it around you. I always want to have a triangle shawl that you can wrap around your waist. So let me show. Maybe this is not the best showcase, but it's really nice if you have a like white blouse or something like that, and then you wear it around like this, even though it's a bit historical maybe, but I love historical fashion, so this is something in my personal taste. You can wear it like this, and then yeah, fold it okay like this. I will have a better picture in the future when I have time to take pictures. So you can wear it like this, and then the triangle will cover your knot. So, and it's really warm. I wore it like that for a few times when I only have a thin under layer, like thin white blouse or thin long sleeves underneath, and then I cover this up and then wrap it around. You just instantly get warm on your torso. So that's for this Bookish shawl. And last shawl for the day is this one. Maybe you have seen it now in the video for so long. This shawl is Lamia wrap by TL Yarncraft. And you see this fluffy white yarn is Drops Air. I really like Drops Air because they are affordable and they are like a blow yarn, and they don't really like peel. They don't really like the fiber, the blow fiber doesn't come off, if I would say clearly, because I have used blow yarn that their fiber would like peel off from time to time and made me have some allergy, but this doesn't have. The Drops Air doesn't have it, so I really like the yarn. I also use it for my oversized sweater, Drops Air. And yeah, you can see that it's because it is like a fluffier yarn, so the motif it's a bit like blended, but I think it still turns out really nice. It's not like the original version that's really defined, but you can still see the motif going on here, the honeycomb stitch and the Tunisian crochet. Yeah, this one is Tunisian crochet, so this is not a knit fabric, this is a crochet fabric. Yeah, I like this, and it's so just beautiful. Yeah, so if you would like to wear it, it will be like this, I like it, and currently I have it on my chair. On my chair, so it became like a decoration. You can see. Yeah, there's one more project I would like to share, even though it was finished in 2024, so it's a few weeks ago I finished it, but I don't know, I'm already sharing a lot of things, why not just bring it as well. So this one is also knitted in Drops Air, because I got some leftover Drops Air from my oversized sweater, like almost one skein. So I bought almost one ball. So I bought another ball and then used them for this hood. I think lately it's really popular with this kind of hood and hood. And this is called F-hoodie, designed by Eri Shimizu Eri. So yeah, so I finished it a few weeks ago, and it's like a hood like this with a collar. The way I like it is because it combined the hood with a collar, so it creates more like a cuter or like a more cohesive structure. So it doesn't like just stop here around the neck, so it also have some thing going on your shoulder, so it turns out like this. And I will also have a video, a short video I will post later on, like maybe a few days or a few weeks after, depending on my schedule or like planning. But I have a video shot in this hood, so it's really nice. I think this is more suitable in rather than here in the place I live right now. Maybe because it's too cold here, and maybe it is better for spring or maybe even summer here. But yeah, it isn't as warm as expected, maybe because of the yarn, or the fabric is a bit like lacy still, even though it's yeah, it's a half brioche stitch, but it creates some holes, so the wind would come through and become a little bit cold. So I don't wear it that often, but still it's really I still like the hood as well. And so that was the video of the project, like shawls or accessory I made in 2023, and hope you enjoy it, hope you like it. If you have any ideas, comment or so, you can comment down below. And if you like the video, please subscribe and give a thumbs up, give a like. I really appreciate that. And hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a nice day, have a good morning, have a good evening, or even if you're going to sleep, you watch the video before sleeping, hope you had a nice sleep. Or if you are knitting and listening to this, hope you are going well with your project. Yeah, so we see in the next video. Bye bye. Let me see, where's the beginning? I don't know where. Okay, the beginning is from here. Okay. Oh no, it's getting dark, it's getting cloudy. I'm wrong because I will be sharing this. No.